After arresting a gang of drug peddlers, the Telangana police has unraveled a sinister drug racket targeting school and college students. The police, after nabbing 8 peddlers with narcotics at a market value of 1 crore rupees, were found to be catering to children as young as 13 years old. The police has now issued an advisory to 26 schools, 27 colleges, whose students are suspected to have been consumers of drugs. Authorities have also arranged for a meeting with the principals of all of these schools and colleges, and about 80 schools in and around Hyderabad have also been informed to discuss what steps need to be taken next. And apart from that, an awareness drive and a toll-free number has also been launched.
There are two versions that they are saying. What the official version, the statement that he has given on record is that one of his friends brought it from Chicago and gave it to him for selling it. There is one particular person whose name I cannot reveal, who is believed to be behind all 3 of them to get it downloaded from the net. It gets delivered by your regular courier. He says that the person who has supplied it has paid by bitcoins, but we need to check their hard disks once again.
So these are the visuals of those suspected drug peddlers who have now been taken into custody. So the police there cracking down on these drug peddlers. This is, as part of the ongoing investigation. They have arrested several persons for peddling drugs. But most shockingly, while the interrogation has been going on, what has been revealed is that a significant number of their buyers were young children, young school-going children, and, the other students coming in from colleges. So these are the visuals of the drug peddlers who have been arrested. So what we also hear is that the sleuths have started sending notices to the management of the educational institutions. In fact, all schools, all colleges have been asked to keep a check on the activities of the students. In fact, an awareness drive has also been launched. But most shockingly, young children, the age of 13 years old, in fact, were also among some of the buyers of the drugs that was being circulated amongst school children in international schools and colleges as well. So that's the peddlers. Eight peddlers, what we hear, 8 peddlers found with narcotics have been arrested. It's a shocking bit of news coming in right now about this arrest that has been made. And we, in fact, will be getting you all the reactions. But what's most surprising is that young children, in fact, were also believed to be consuming the drug. And that's how these drug peddlers had been distributing the drug. Okay, I've just been told now that we have Akun Sabharwal, the director of the excise department from Telangana, joining us for more on this. Mr. Sabharwal, thanks so much for joining us. Can you just tell us just how many arrests have been made? What was their, modus operandi, and just how they were going about distributing the drugs? Were these children belonging to only a particular number of schools, or were students in colleges also, being supplied drugs to? Mr. Sabharwal, can you hear me? Okay, we'll get back to Akun Sabharwal in just a bit, but the excise sleuths raiding different places of the city and cracking down on these drug peddlers. What we hear is that drugs worth 1 crore rupees has been recovered from these drug peddlers, and now the sleuths trying to get in more information and trying to, crack down on others who were involved in the drug racket. Big shocking news coming in there from Telangana, with the Telangana Excise Department arresting 8 people in the drug racket that has been busted, and a huge quantity of drugs that has been recovered as well. In fact, what they found was that this drug that was being supplied to young children as old as 13 years old in some of the schools were generally sold at rave parties, and that's really the shocking part as to how young children also had been consuming drugs from these drug peddlers who, according to reports, according to inputs coming in, were also educated and were, known in the circles as well. Ashish Pandey joins us finally for more details and updates. Ashish, so the news is that, 8 drug peddlers have been arrested so far, but just explain to us, how did this crackdown take place? How did the, excise department get a whiff of what's been happening? And, have they been able to identify the schools, the colleges where the drugs were being circulated?
Indeed, shocking revelations are coming out after the investigation of these peddlers. The racket busted when police got information about a teenage girl who belongs to a very high-profile family of Hyderabad. She had sent her nude photographs to one of the peddlers, and then while investigating the case, the police got to know about this entire drug peddling racket. The interesting part and the shocking part as well of this racket is that they used to smuggle drugs from Chicago of United States of America. They used to get drugs from Chicago. They used to get those drugs couriered to Hyderabad, and then they were supplying these drugs, particularly MDMA and LSD, to several schools, several high-profile schools. So far, at least 100 students and nearly 20 reputed schools are under scanners. So we are in constant touch with the excise department and the senior officers, the senior investigators of excise department, and what they are telling us or what they are informing us are very shocking. Several high-profile families of city and their children are involved in this racket. Basically, they were addicts of drugs. So LSD and MDMA are very sensitive drugs, and it comes in a form of paper sheet. So these children as young as 13-year-old used to get this drug from these peddlers by paying 3,000 to 4,000 rupees, and then they were getting addicted. Now police has sent advisories to all these high-profile schools, almost in 50 schools and colleges in and around Hyderabad. They have asked the school authorities to keep a close watch on these children, their behavior of spending money. And indeed, very shocking details are emerging.
Absolutely. For now, Ashish, thanks so much for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you for further updates. Moving on now to some other breaking news coming in.